I guess wine can taste different when it's picked by people who don't want to pick it. They don't in the mood. And for me, it's always all about the vibe. So the people who work here should be happy, should feel welcome, should be treated very well. And then they pick in a good mood. The vibe during the harvest is good. And then we make great wines. The place where the interns are sleeping, it's called the Bernhardshäusle. It's a house, it's close by our winery, so directly nearby. And it's like, for me, it's like a magic place. It's like a small, tiny house where all the people are staying and sleeping. And it's like, over the years, it gets to like a kind of creative place. And all the walls are like paintings. A lot of people get tattoos here. And everywhere is music. We have a lot of wines here. We open the wines. We don't think about like, hey, let's open this, let's have fun with it. And what I like the most is that there's a lot of paintings at the wall. And for me, it's like I know this place since it was not like this, you know, when they had the pre-owners, it looked totally different. And since we have this, I see the development and I see what's painted on the wall, and I recognize, okay, this was from 2020. This was the first harvest. Okay, this was written by them. And this is now the second year, the third year, and the fourth year. And for me, it's like kind of emotion and also like memories to the harvest. When I read something at the wall, it's like, okay, this was maybe I remember the evening or not, but okay, I remember this year. And then it gives me something back. And also for the people, everyone is welcome here. For me, it's super important. There's an open house. Everyone is welcome, can come by, can help us, can learn, can drink with us and have a good time. And this is the most important thing about, especially wine. Wine should connect people, bring people together, make people to friends. This is especially why I do wine, because I love to connect people, to bring like foreign peoples together. They come here for 4 weeks, nobody knows each other before, and after 2 or 3 days they're friends. And this gives me a lot of good feelings and emotions back. And this makes me very, very happy that I created, or we created, it's not me at all, but that we created sometimes also like a safe spot for a lot of people. We come here and can be like you want to be. And that's super nice. And that's the thing with wine. Put a nice bottle on the table, have a good chat, drink, dance, get drunk, whatever. This is what wine should be. With all these guys, Max, Andi Mann, Mato and all these, we were a way bigger group. We started with like classical German wine. Then we get a bit bored of it. Then we started to get like the more expensive German wines and Riesling. We had like a half a year with only Riesling and Mosel, Riesling, Kabinett, Spätli, sort of sweet stuff. We fell in love. And then we get also a bit bored of this because we want to experience something new, see new taste, what happens outside. We started with like French wines, a bit cheaper, then very expensive, like especially Burgundy. And then we get also a bit bored of it or want to experience something new. And then we, not by coincidence, but like in 2014 or whatever, or 15, we started to drink this natural wine, and someone brought a bottle of this, then let's go more for this. And then it's was like a wave, and then, but it still took a bit of time, because when you do natural wine or stuff without any additives in the cellar, you need to be very experienced. You need to have a good knowledge. You need to have your vineyards under control, that they have a good growth, that you know them, what they need, what they can do, what they not can do. And for me, I drink natural wines, or I came into this in 2013 or 14, and my first vintage was then 18. So from the beginning, I knew at one point I want to do natural wine. But for me, it's always important, when I do something, I want to do it 100% right. So I took the time by tastings within wineries, going to Jura, going to Elsass, visiting winemakers, talk with them, what they experience, and learn from them. And then in 18, I felt experienced enough to try it by my own. And since then, it worked out very well. So our wines are very clean, not mousy, not volatile. And I guess this has something to do with that. Sometimes you need a bit of time. Even when it's hard as a young person, I want to start right now and do it. But for me as a person, it's always important to do it right and not it's like, now we do it and then everything goes wrong. No, when I do it, I want to do it right. winemaking is more than picking grapes, making wine. For me, winemaking is to create something, to create an atmosphere, to create a surrounding for people who want to learn about wine, to come here and see what we do and want to feel welcome, want to feel like that they're taught well. I want to give a lot of my knowledge back to people, and especially during harvest, we have a lot of interns and they are from all over the world, and I want to create a big family over the years and years. I work since 2020 with interns, so it's the 4th year right now, and since then we have around maybe 40, 50 interns, and they're all until now, even from the first generation from 2020 are still connected. When I have the interns, they come here, they want to learn, they want to see how winemaking is. They give me their work, their power, their motivation, and I give them back a lot of knowledge. We taste a lot of wines, especially blind tastings to learn. For me, it's important that the people are around 4 weeks here, because when they're here, we start with picking, bit of preparation and picking. And during this 4 weeks, also the fermentation in the cellar goes on. And we taste every second or every third day through the cellar. You have the different stages of fermentation. You learn so much more about wine. And for me, it's I want to give something back. And for me, it's super important that the people come here, and especially here in our place, in this house here with the DJ decks and with the wines. It's always someone who joins our crew who plays records, is into music, because the people who come here are mostly very alternative, very open-minded. For my harvest crew this year, there will be also, I guess, a lot of people who are into music. Maybe they bring some records and then we play together, and music connects, wine connects. And this is art, it's connecting people, different people from different countries with different backgrounds, different age, different everything, come together at this spot and feel after 1 or 2 days like a family. And this is exactly what I like. Music is super important for the harvest, for the crew, for the vibe. Music is connecting people, and it's a normal sentence you can always say, but it's super, 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 super important. We start in the day with the first coffee, we have music somewhere around, then we go in the vineyards, pick the grapes. Everyone is allowed to connect to the music box, and the guy or the girl who is connected to the box is controlling the vibe. And everyone is happy about this. So we have people who listen to hip-hop, we have people who are listening to techno, we have people who listen to jazz or stuff like this. And then because the people are so into music who are working here, it's always good. And for me, it's always super inspiring. After every harvest, I have so many new tracks on my own playlist, because everyone brought something new. Everyone brought some new tracks, some new ideas, some new kind of music style. I never listened to it before. And this, for me, it's super important. As I said before, the wine is connecting people and music is connecting people. All the people who come here and work for us and help us and enjoying the stay at the winery, alternative, open-minded, and they give so much back with music, with their work, with their passion, with their motivation. And also in the night, when we coming back from the vineyards, we're working in the yard, and then we have the boombox around, and then we de-stamming, or we selecting, or we put the grapes in the amphoras and the graphics or stuff like this. Always music. And then in the evening we eat, we have barbecue, music. Then we go into the house, someone is playing records. Everything is vinyl, so records. It's super important. We do natural wines, so we only play records. Super important for me, the real stuff and the real emotions. And it's always playing around. And then you have more chilled evenings where someone playing a bit of hip hop or music is in the background. And then we also have crazy nights where everyone is super drunk and we play until 1 or 2 o'clock in the night, and always pump, pump, pump in your face. And in the morning, everyone is tired, of course, but full of motivation again, because they had a great evening the night before. And this is exactly what's important about music, about wine, about artists. Everything is connected. And this is I guess this is sometimes a bit of the magic. I don't know if it's called magic, but yeah, I call it magic. 12 people come here, foreign people, they don't know each other before. And after 1 or 2 days, they are friends. And the wine, we are friendly family. People are here friendly, open-minded, but especially the music is a big, big connection to all the people. I love to work with nature, but nature can be very cruel sometimes. And every year has its own troubles. And this year we got frost on the 22nd of April. And as you can see here, this is our old Scheurebe, so a 75-year-old vineyard, super nice, very old wines. And as you can see here, This wine, for example, is totally fucked up. Cold air is always heavier than warm air, so it flies down. So the bottom of the vineyards are always hit more. So as you can see on the top, it looks a bit more green, but it's also not that what we expect for this year. Especially here on the bottom is quite tough. So we don't expect any grapes here, or maybe there are 1 or 2 grapes here. So we'll see. We try to make our best the best out of it. Frost and drought will be the biggest troubles I will have during my winemaking career because of climate change. And it's also interesting because sometimes there are the prejudices against frost or climate change. Yeah, hey, climate change, everything gets warmer. Why is there frost? The problem is, because of climate change and because everything gets warmer, the bud break is earlier. So the bud break is earlier, what means when they are green and the bud break is done and they are like this, they are super sensitive to frost because they are green, there's water inside of it, and when there's frost, the water freezes inside of the plant and then the cells are exploding and then they die. Because it's getting warmer and the bud break is earlier, we have to trouble with frost. But I don't want to be like too sad or stuff like this. This is something, when you work with nature, you need to be humbled and you need to find solutions for this. And this year, yeah, it's frost, but we will make the best out of it. I'm 100% sure that we make also in 2024 great wines. Less quantity, but great wines. And then you need to harvest different, to harvest in 2 or 3 steps, because you have first generation grapes, second generation grapes, third generation grapes. They're all ripe at different times. So you need to be way more sensitive when you harvest, how you pick, which generation you pick. That means these grapes are around maybe 3-4 weeks earlier ripe than these. So, and then when you harvest, you need to have a very good harvest crew. You need to let them know, okay, now we're making the first run through, pick only first generation grapes. Keep the others because they're not ripe yet. And then like 2 or 3 weeks later, we go again through the vineyards and pick the next generation grapes. This year it will be way more difficult, you need to be way more precise to pick the grapes on the really right time. So it will be crazy tough this year, especially during harvest. But in the end, in tough years, I guess you will find out who is a good winemaker and who not. So that's nature. But I love nature. Even when I see stuff like this, I love it. I guess German natural wine have a great potential. We are all very well educated, we are open-minded, we were at good wine schools, we tasted crazy shit, tons of wines in our life. We are German, so we are structured, step by step, structured, and I guess this is a big chance. And also I feel this when I'm outside on fairs or on tastings or whatever, and I'm with the other guys and girls from the other young wineries. There's we all have the same mindset. We want to make great wines. We want to bring a natural wine more on the map. And I guess Germany has great potential. We have good sites. We have experienced fair prices at the moment. So I guess it's a very good chance for the future, hopefully. And every one of these young winemakers doing a lot of work and put a lot of love inside of it to reach this goal.